Before there was a James Bond, there was Remington Steele. And before Remington Steele became a cultural phenomenon, there was the woman who carried the show with intelligence, poise, and unmistakable charm, Stephanie Zimbalist. She was more than just a TV leading lady, she was elegance personified, a theatrical gem who captivated audiences across generations. Whatever happened to Stephanie Zimbalist? Where did she go after the fame? How has her life changed? This is her, then versus now, journey, an unforgettable story of stardom, solitude, and strength. Stephanie Zimbalist was born on October 8, 1956, in New York City. Her lineage was practically a blueprint for stardom. Her father, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. was a legendary actor known for the FBI, while her grandfather, Ephraim Zimbalist Sr. was a famed violinist. From a young age, Stephanie was immersed in the arts. Music, literature, and theater were a way of life. But despite being born into Hollywood royalty, her path wasn't paved with shortcuts. She worked hard, studied harder, and didn't rely on her last name to build her career. Stephanie trained at the Juilliard School of Music and later studied acting at the prestigious Neighborhood Playhouse in New York. Before she ever stepped foot on a television set, she honed her craft on stage. Throughout the late 1970s, Stephanie earned rave reviews for her stage performances, from My One and Only to The Cherry Orchard, showcasing her versatility and deep emotional range. She always said, "The stage is where I feel most at home." In 1982, Stephanie landed the role that would define her career, Laura Holt in the NBC series Remington Steele. It was revolutionary at the time. Laura Holt was a strong, independent private investigator, a rare depiction of female professionals on TV in the early 80s. The twist? To attract clients, she invents a fictional male boss, Remington Steele, played by a then-unknown Pierce Brosnan. Stephanie's portrayal of Laura Holt earned her legions of fans. She wasn't just the sidekick, she was the real brains of the operation. The show ran for 5 seasons, from 1982 to 1987, and helped launch Pierce Brosnan into Bond fame. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as glamorous as they seemed. Although the chemistry between Zimbalist and Brosnan sizzled on screen, their real-life relationship was often strained. In interviews, Stephanie revealed that there were tensions and creative disagreements between them. Despite those personal and professional challenges, Stephanie remained committed to the series, consistently delivering nuanced performances. She was never afraid to play complex, intelligent women, a refreshing change in an industry that often typecast actresses. When Remington Steele ended in 1987, Stephanie had a choice: cash in on her TV fame or go back to her theatrical roots. She chose the latter. She turned down big Hollywood offers and instead pursued roles that were meaningful. Over the next few decades, Stephanie worked in a variety of TV movies, miniseries, and, most passionately, theater productions. She starred in adaptations of The Rainmaker, Steel Magnolias, and The Night of the Iguana, often receiving critical acclaim for her depth and stage presence. Although less visible than in the 1980s, Zimbalist still maintained a presence in film and television. The Awakening, 1995, a powerful drama that showcased her maturity as an actress. Caroline. 1990, a Hallmark Hall of Fame favorite. Appearances on shows like Touched by an Angel and Diagnosis, Murder. These roles reflected a woman evolving, less focused on stardom and more on art. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Stephanie never married. She's often spoken about the importance of solitude and living life on her own terms. She has supported causes close to her heart, including animal rights, the environment, and literacy programs. She also authored the book The Stories Behind the Songs. Zimbalist chose a quieter life out of the spotlight, often living in California, surrounded by pets, books, and creativity. Stephanie has rarely returned to television in the 2010s and 2020s. However, she's made appearances at fan conventions, retrospectives of Remington Steele, and even appeared in a few stage revivals. She continues to give interviews, offering insight into the golden age of TV, the challenges women faced in the industry, and how she found peace in turning away from Hollywood fame. Now in her late 60s, Stephanie Zimbalist has aged gracefully, both in body and in spirit. She lives a quiet, introspective life and chooses to engage with the world through writing, theater, and philanthropy. In a recent quote, she shared, "Fame is fleeting, but fulfillment comes from knowing who you are when the lights go out." Her life serves as a powerful reminder: you don't need constant attention to make a lasting impact. Stephanie Zimbalist may never have reached the dizzying fame of some of her peers, but her legacy is strong. As Laura Holt, she inspired generations of strong female leads. As a stage actress, she proved that substance matters more than stardom. And as a human being, she has lived life on her own authentic terms. Her story is not just a then versus now tale, it's a journey of depth, introspection, and quiet brilliance. She walked away from the spotlight, but never from her purpose. Stephanie Zimbalist showed us that talent isn't just what you do in front of the camera. It's who you are when no one's watching. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of a television icon, a private woman, and an artist of rare integrity. This was Stephanie Zimbalist, Then versus Now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary biographies.